Hi and welcome to this Autoemotional presentation from the not super bright UK, London, but not such a bad day, slightly overcast, but yes, we're back to our roots here in good old Blighty, and we've got a couple of cars for you that our trusted and loyal family and friends of Autoemotional have given to us to sell on their behalf. This particular car, as you can see, is being presented on a 2005. It's a gorgeous little Peugeot 206cc. Now, here on Autoemotional, of course, we always point out what a potential buyer is going to be looking for in terms of little things that might need a bit of tweaking on the car, and on this particular car they are a few tiny little points to mention, and we're going to get those out of the way first and foremost and then run through all the good stuff, of which there's a fair few. Firstly, of course, as you can see, there is a kink in the front driver's wing. Now, a very cheap part to replace, but I would actually advise using the original car parts and just getting it repaired. You're only looking at about 100 quid or so, and that's going to set the car off really, really nicely. In terms of the rest of the car, it's cosmetically in excellent condition. Mechanically, it is brilliant. And one thing to note above and beyond everything on this tiny little Peugeot 206cc is, firstly, the roof, of course, works perfectly, and it's a diesel. Now, these cars are very, very hard to find with the oil burner lump under the hood. It's a car that genuinely, when you drive it, you are double checking to see whether the petrol needle is actually working. It is so frugal on fuel, it's unbelievable. I mean, to be honest, if you're using this for a short commute or school runs, you're looking at tanking it up every couple of months. It really is that economical on the black stuff. Now, as you can see, again, apart from that damage to that front driver's wing, which hasn't even broken the paint, actually, it's a rather odd dent. It seems as though someone just leaned rather heavily into it. Easily repaired. The rest of the car's in very, very good condition. As you can see, gorgeous alloy wheels there. Remote central locking, of course, off the key. We'll demonstrate that working for you, not a problem, as well as that roof opening and closing. Also, another point to mention, of which there's four things that you need to be aware of. One is that wing. Secondly is a cable seems to have come loose off the passenger seat. Now, the seat needs to come out, that cable needs to be reattached, and you've got yourself a working seat there. It's happened very recently, and unfortunately we haven't had time to get it done prior to selling the vehicle, so that's going to be up to its very lucky new owner. But as you can see, a beautiful unmarked leather interior. Even the seat that's being rather shy and staying down and out of the way is full black leather. Beautiful condition car with that black and silver accent throughout. And as well as that, the seat, even when you're driving the vehicle, does not obstruct the passenger view mirror, so still very safe to drive. This car also comes with the upgraded Jbl Stereo. Now, if you've ever driven one of these 206s before, there is a marked and major difference between the sound system that you get on the normal cars and these JBL units. Really, it's a car that we know is going to go to the hands of a young driver who's going to really enjoy cruising around on this thing with the music cranked up and the roof down, and we don't blame you. That's what we've been doing prior to filming the vehicle. So the dent on the wing and the passenger seat, as well as that, the rear boot is rather heavy to lift. It opens perfectly, but the jumpers, the two struts, do need changing. We've already sourced these. These are readily available, brand new, for around £10, so a bit tricky to do while I'm actually filming, but there you go. So that cover needs to be in place when you want the roof to work down, and below that cover, as you can see, is the JBL audio system. Now, there is a nice wooden piece of apparatus there that we're going to chuck in for free to keep the boot open, but it's just two gas struts. Those are £10 brand new for the pair, by the way, and they simply just clip into place. So again, a tiny little job that does need to be done on this vehicle, but it's going to make for a very, very nice car. And being a 2005, it's got lots of little nice touches as well. Those chrome loops to let you know that when you are driving you're going to be safe and secure. Of course, the Peugeot key, and as mentioned, remote central locking. You can just see it flashing and clicking there. Oh, lock myself out. Unlock it. Again, in very good condition, as you can see, unmarked. And when you do the paperwork for this vehicle, it's going to be assigned to you by its lady owner. So the car genuinely has been taken care of, not thrashed at all. So if we step into the vehicle, the car, as you can see, has got 87,000 miles on it. Very, very low mileage for a diesel engine. Now, all the lights come on exactly as they should. And as you can see, the engine management light is on. This is a bit of a older system car, of course, just being a 2005. That's an old fault code that's stored, letting you know the car needs a service. However, the car has been serviced, but the garage, obviously, it's out of warranty now. So the private garage that was used doesn't have the fault code reader. That's normally the reason why lots of these older cars do have that. The car starts, stops, and goes without a flaw. Believe me, any test drive is more than welcome. Doesn't overheat, doesn't lose oil, doesn't lose water. We'll have photographs of the gorgeous, super clean interior of the engine bay as well to demonstrate that for you. And what we'll do is, if we just open these clips, and you've got that one single button down there, pull it up, and what will happen is that the two-piece driver's and passenger windows will open. The rear deck lid will then start opening up, and the two-piece metal folding roof will do its magic, and it really does transform the car. As you can see, everything in perfect working order. And listen out for the bleep. There you go, and you always wait for that to transpire. What it means is that the cycle of the roof opening or closing has now taken place, and it's totally safe to drive off and utilize the car in its normal way. Again, as mentioned, so you do have that slight dent on the driver's wing, which I would recommend repairing, not replacing. A cable has come out of the seat holding for the passenger side. You need to replace the two struts in the boots. They're £10 a pair. And you need a reset on this light. Again, you can, whichever machine you're going to use, you can run a diagnostic on the car and it'll tell you there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It really does start, stop and go. Now, we've got the roof on, so rather pointless to put the AC on, but that totally works as well. Not even been utilizing it in the past couple of days, but suffice to say that all good. And of course you can't feel it, but you certainly can hear the AC working there. Crank it all the way down to low, and you've got a very nice cabin with some rather cold air actually, so I'm going to turn that off because we've got the roof down, and it's a mild but rather nice day. Brilliant Clarion system. Now, the JBL system that we mentioned earlier, the upgraded speakers with the subwoofer in the boot, the music's markedly different. Now, we can't demonstrate it purely because of copyright issues. When we upload our videos to YouTube for you guys to watch, view and enjoy, any music that we do have has to be either our own content, which we don't do, or if a song comes on a radio, what happens is it puts a bit of a copyright issue on our video. So make no mistake, whoever comes to take a look at this vehicle, they can go through absolutely everything, including, of course, that gorgeous Clarion stereo, and they're going to hear that the subwoofer really does make a difference. You've also got this Stalk just below the right hand of the steering wheel, which allows you to flick through the music as well as all your CD tracks and increase or decrease the volume, of course. Headlights work a treat, and you've also got the fog lights, electric mirrors, which all work, that being the passenger. Flick it across, that being the drivers. Of course, the electric windows all work as demonstrated. As soon as you touch the electric roof button, they all drop down as they should. And as you'll notice, the car with the roof down really is totally transformed. Lots of nice little touches, those grab handles on the louvered deck lid there, the alloy wheels, great tyres. The car does have MOT till January, and it's taxed till January as well. But of course, the law has changed now in the UK, so you're going to have to cancel that road tax, but it's cheap as chips. It's a small engine car and it's a diesel as well. So this 2005 Peugeot 206cc convertible with AC remote central locking, electric windows, that JBL upgraded stereo from the factory is going to make for an absolutely fabulous car for someone. It just needs a tiny bit of money spent on it. Genuinely, with the wing, the gas struts, putting that seat back and a reset, you're looking at about 150 to 200 quid. That's it, and you're going to get yourself an absolute blinder of a car out of it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the UK for a short time and glad to be bringing you some cars from Blighty and our loyal customers here. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this presentation by Autoemotional.